All right, hello everybody, and welcome to the Mikestand. Batgoat, my co-host on Friday nights. And Woody, we did see your comment right there, and I think Batgoat might want to say something in response to that.
Hello, everyone, and Woody. I love it. Same backup time, same backup channel. We're here.
Yeah.
I already told Mike this, and I'll tell you guys. I got my earbuds on right now. I'm just going to. I just came home with dinner. I'm not going to freak out like I did that one time, but I'll be popping up and down for the first few minutes here, and then we'll be good.
Yeah, so we'll give it at least a few minutes to let people come in. Oh, now the counter went down to 1.
I see 4 when I'm looking at it, and 4 likes as well. So I think we got 4 people in here.
Yeah, it's just probably on my thing. It's being a little screwy, I guess.
Oh, wait! Don't look at. I haven't. I'll be back.
Yeah. So basically, guys, I have like 4 books. So actually, I'll just wait till everybody. So let's see. So for those who are in here right now, Woody, I see you're in here.
And Mike, I'm here. Call me my mustache.
Yeah. Batgoat's here too. He's in the studio. So how'd everybody's day go today?
I had a good day. Thank you for asking. How was yours?
I was all right. Little off just simply because I had to do my laundry yesterday instead of today because my sister mentioned to me, and I know I probably mentioned this last night too, that she got a notice from the water company that they were going to be doing repairs in the area. So, there was a chance that our water was going to get turned off, but
that's no fun.
Yeah, well, it ended up being that they didn't shut off the water, so it actually, you know. But I got my laundry done yesterday and made sure I got myself up early enough to get the shower in just in case, because they said it was going to be between 8 and 5. So lovely day. Watched more jury selects. Oh, and the George Floyd. Yeah, I know Nick was covering that earlier too. The jury selection in the Derek Chauvin case.
I'm not going to talk about that.
Yeah.
You guys know what my son does. I'm very invested in this and I'm very upset.
Mm-hmm. Well, again, I hope to try to keep the political discourse to a minimum here because we're trying to get away from that bad stuff, right?
We are indeed.
That's why like we do every Friday night, we take a trip back in time to simpler, more enjoyable times, right, Batgoat?
That is true. And what lovely year are we jumping back to tonight?
Well, we're going to hit March of 1937. In fact, let me go ahead and share.
As I recall, we've been having a good time in 37. Lots of good stuff.
Well, yeah, I know a lot of the guys are really happy about. Well, they like Slam Bradley. I know that much.
I love Slam Bradley. Slam's our guy. Excuse me.
How did I do that now? Okay. Come on, Mike. Now my brain's starting to fart a bit here.
What are you trying to bring up a Slam Bradley? Or
no, it's not that. I'm trying to bring up the comics book page. Actually,
Oh, okay. Get your stuff ready.
March of 37, and I actually got something else in there instead. So, come on, Mike, the right one. Let's see. So I do the same one again. Yeah, sometimes when you have so many windows open, so many tabs open,
yes,
sometimes it's kind of hard to keep track of what you're actually what's where I finally got what I was trying to get to. Okay.
I'm the type of geek that hates multiple windows to the point of I go back and forth. I always just go back and forth, and sometimes I lose stuff and I don't care because I can't do multiple tabs. It makes me. I don't like it.
Yeah, well, I mean, I finally got the screen up I was wanting to share, so.
Good.
Yeah, so. Well, I got up to like a 4 share. I know I got up to 4 likes, but now according to YouTube and StreamYard, only 2 people are watching right now.
And it always goes. It always has those crazy numbers in the beginning of the show. I don't know why.
Well, I know sometimes I've had issues come up where it will tell me on the StreamYard thing here that sometimes my connection is unstable. So maybe that's it.
Oh, okay. Oh, I guess that could be.
Yeah. So anyway.
Sorry about that. Okay.
No problem. Let's see. Yeah, so I normally try to start at, of course, about 10 after, as you'd suggested, but I don't know. It's like how long should I wait before starting here? Because
yeah,
I want everybody to have a chance to hear it. It's just like Anon.
Yeah, wait a few more minutes. You got a few more minutes. Yeah, well, Anon always comes in in the second hour. I mean, he's almost like on the dot with how he comes in right as hour 2 starts.
Right. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So yeah.
Okay. That's what I'm forgetting.
So for those who are in the chat, I know Batgoat's here with me in the studio. Those in the chat, how are you guys doing? Woody, you still with us?
I think Woody's here and someone else is here. They're just not talking yet, but that's cool.
Yeah. Oh, Woody had chimed in with something. Funny papers. Still here. Okay, yeah. Woody just responded. Still here.
I gotta grab my. Oh no.
Yeah.
Potato.
Woody had pointed out funny papers there because one of the titles there is Funny Pages. That's actually one of the books we're going to look at. Funny Pages number 10 right there.
One last thing.
Okay, so Woody says, had a lovely day. My girlfriend cooked breakfast for me, bacon and eggs with hash browns and buttered toast.
Yum. Lucky. That sounds delicious.
Yeah. So yeah, so basically what I initially was going to do let's see, so I'm gonna just quickly kind of go go through the summaries here for 100 Pages Comics number 1. That was a one shot from Dell, and then Ace Comics number 1, just simply because Ace Comics there are no actual. I don't the David McKay stuff. There's no actual copy of the actual comics, so. Okay. I'll go through summaries of those, and then I'll hit, of course, Detective Picture Stories number 5 here, which I found out today when I was going through it was the final issue of this particular series. and then Funny Pages 10, and then if we have time, maybe I'll hit, as I said, New Comics number 14, that one story I was telling you about before. So
Okay. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm not gonna go. Can everyone hear me all right when I'm on the earbuds here? Because I think it's a pretty decent microphone. So if I'm good, if I sound good, I'm not gonna fart around with the actual real good stuff here. And I'll just do, always gotta have my awesome mic right here, but I'll just go like this. I'll turn on some lights and
don't be afraid, I was no emotion. Yeah, so anyways, we're past the 11-minute mark now.
I forgot to put the filter on. Well, yeah, I'd say go ahead and get started then, Mike.
Yeah, all right. Well, what he just said sounds fine, Batgoat. So.
Thank you, Woody. Then I'm going to just stick like this then.
All right. Well, anyways, so hopefully more people will show up, and I hope those who do will enjoy what we're going to do tonight. So I'm going to hit some of these real quick here. So the first one we're going to talk a little bit about is 100 pages of comics #1. This is basically a one shot from Dell. Okay, see just the one issue there, came out in 1937. I'll go to the GCD page to just to kind of go through the notes real quickly here.
So who's here? I got Woody, and anyone else want to speak up so I can write your name down for the trophy? Go ahead, Mike. I'm sorry.
Oh, that's no problem. Just getting this all prepped up here. Okay, so all right, so here's some of the issue notes here. Hold on a quick sec. I got to go off camera for a quick second here. I'll be right back.
And don't mind me eating.
All right, I'm back now. Let's see. Okay. So okay. So oh yeah. Okay. So I'll read over the issue notes here. Issue is undated, although ascribed by most sources to 1937, including Dennis Gifford. All contents supposedly reprinted from early issues of Dell titles, the comics, Popular, and the funnies. So basically, this is Dell's version of it, like an omnibus title. But just kind of like it's kind of like what DC did with Big Book of Comics, where you basically just have a bunch of stories that reprinted a bunch of stories is kind of a way to, hey, look, this is what we've done.
Yeah, a lot of people with EBS, a lot of the good artists that we like, the people putting out good comic books, they'll do their omnibus issues where they put like the last 7 in there or something like that, and then they can sell them for a bunch of money, which I think is a great idea.
Yeah. So here it was, of course, as many comics, as almost all comics were back then, you got it for a dime. The page count here, according to this, was 96 pages. So almost 100 pages, I guess.
It's a good deal.
Yeah. Very good deal compared to today, right?
Yes, definitely. Although that actual comic, especially looking that good, look how bright that color is. I think it probably gets a little more than 10 cents these days.
Yeah. Well, if it's still in print. And from what I read there, that's Tom Mix on the cover there.
I just mean having an original comic book of any kind, like from the 30s, is probably worth quite a bit of money.
Yeah. Oh, I'm pretty sure some of them are pretty pricey there. So, anyways, so that went through that real quick, and then the other thing here, Ace Comics #1, Ace Comics from David McKay. It was 64 pages for 10 cents. This is more of a regular series. As you see here, Ace Comics, David McKay ran from 1937 to 1949 for 151 issues. As with King Comics, Ace Comics featured many of the characters that were featured in the King Feature Syndicate. I believe, from what I saw earlier, when I looked this up earlier, it was like, I think Blondie and the Katzenjammer kids were the ones involved with this. So let me just go and see if
I eat my own mustache a lot when it's like this. It's not fun.
Oh, I know, I know the feeling, my friend, because I've done the same
Yeah,
thing.
when your beard gets long, you put something in your mouth and you're like, oh.
Okay, so the notes here say Ace is comprised almost exclusively of King Feature newspaper strip reprints. So, and of course, as we mentioned before, the characters that were there, this is like Popeye. Who else? Well, in this particular comic, it was Blondie, Barney Google, and then on the cover here, you see Barney Google and the Katzenjammer kids, Humor Children, Katzenjammer kids, Pete the Tramp, Barney
I didn't know
Google.
Blondie started with King Features because I mean, you know me, I just attach Popeye to King Features. That's the only thing I know.
Yeah.
Because they kept that title screen even in the cartoons, like the ones that we grew up watching.
Yeah. Now with the doors.
Mm-hmm. And King Feature Syndicates, and you'd see the little crown.
Yeah.
I remember that.
Yep. Okay. So Blondie Burnstead, I guess that was her last name, but I think most folks just know her. Oh, Bumstead? Okay.
Yeah. Dagwood Bumstead. He was the dude that always made the killer sandwiches long before Scooby Doo or Shaggy.
Oh, Blondie and Dagwood, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, the Katzenjammer. So you have like Tex Thorne, written by Zane Grey. Zane Grey should be familiar to you if you've ever watched MASH, the particular later seasons of it. Believe It or Not's in here. Jungle Jim, TM Stars, Pete the Tramp, Jammer Kids, Relettered, Princess Elmer. There are a couple of in here that were interesting in terms of just the word usage and stuff like that. Here's Tilly the Pig. Now, I know we don't necessarily use the term toiler or toil too much nowadays. So for those who may not be in the to toil just means to exert effort, extraneous effort. But I could see people maybe thinking, as opposed to being toiler, they might think it's toilet. Tilly the toilet. If you're not paying close enough attention. So that's a humor.
Mike, you know how dumb SJWs are. They say toil the soil is what they used to say to slaves. There was that one crazy broad that said the term hard worker is racist. They're crazy, man.
Actually, no, I didn't. But again, I don't really pay attention to it. It's not like I'm like sitting there watching news a lot. So
yeah, that's from a long time ago.
Children, Fantasy Adventure, Dreamland, Just Kids, Tim Tyler's Luck, reprinted from Tim Tyler Sundays, Adventure Children. Here's a Blondie.
Yeah, again, speaking of Blondie, Woody's got a real quick, good statement about Blondie there.
All right, well, let's take a look at that and see what he has to say. Okay. Dagwood would forget to wear his pants to work. Oh, yeah. And unfortunately, if he did that today, they would probably try to slap him with a sexual harassment lawsuit
Wouldn't be good.
when it could have been just a simple mistake, Arnie Google. Oh yeah. This is one of the things that caught my attention when I was looking through the synopsis earlier. Um, genres key here: etiquette, etiquette. Now say that. Say that.
That's funny. I get it.
Yeah, you get it.
Like etiquette, like manners.
Right. I bet you that this girl in this strip was probably a very prim and proper girl.
Sure. Yep.
Script penciled and inked by Paul Robinson. So got Crazy Cat here from George Harriman. Humor, anthropomorphic, funny animals, satire, parody, three-lettered, board. So that's basically, again, no synopses there, but just giving you an idea, like some of the titles that they were featuring there. I think Blondie and Cats and Gemma Kids were probably the two that I know you probably knew of most. So,
Cats and Jammer Kids, yeah.
well, I remember when we had seen that once before.
Mm-hmm. Both Woody and I remember Cats
you
and
were
Jammer
like
Kids.
going, you were like really on it. So,
Well, but Woody and I both remember them. They're kind of a big deal name.
yeah. Now the counter for some reason is down to one, at least on my end. I don't know if you're still
Yeah,
seeing.
but Woody's still here, so I think it's just being crazy.
Yeah. All
Then
right.
again,
So
you never
anyway,
know. Sometimes Woody does drop his signal every once in a while. Or I think that's only when he's streaming, or when he what I'm saying, when he jumps in here.
yeah. So here's the next book we're going to look at here. Detective Picture Stories #5. This was basically the final issue of this particular series. They only ran for 5 issues here. Cover date April of 1937. Went on sale March 20th of 37. Yeah, and I think I did mention before that oftentimes the on sale date and the cover date are usually different. So
Mm-hmm.
we got Clock, Thurston Hunt as the two features, but also we have some other stories in there that I think are a little bit more generic.
That's my boy Napkin Face.
Yeah. I was gonna read 3 of these stories, but well, actually, I still may end up reading. I was thinking about reading the Clock story, but I also know there's a Clock story in Funny Pages, so I might read that because all of these are like 7 pages, so there are like 2 or 3 that kind of caught my attention here. But anyways, so here let's get into it then. Get into one of the comics here, Detective Picture Stories. Read 2, maybe 3 of the stories there. Let's see, where are we at on time? We're 24 minutes into it. Okay.
You're doing good.
So 7:24 right now. So let's see how I do on timing tonight. See if I figure out and get at least enough in here. Okay, so let's see. Oh, wait. He's coming. Anyway, it's getting down to Centaur. Detective Picture Stories. So here's the cover of it. Thrilling, complete stories in colors. Detective Picture Stories. There's your guy, the mask or the clock. Trouble by Proxy, a clock story by G.E. Brenner. Also
Look at his
stories by
napkin. That's beautiful. I think that's even a monogram special, man. I think that's a silk napkin. He's got a special night.
Campbell, Pinajan, Baresh, Robeson, C.S. Mo, and others. I'm going to skip because as I said, there was another clock story and funny pages. So there's your ad page. There's your favorite ad page right there.
Love it.
And then here's the table of contents: murder by proxy. The clock takes a rap for murder. Now this is one of the stories that caught my attention because it's from Bob. Case of the missing heir. Crime stacks up against a two-fisted
Youngster.
I guess.
That's hard to read, isn't it? Yeah.
Because of where it's at, yeah.
Yeah.
The story is by Bob Kane. You know what Bob Kane's famous for, right?
I don't. It sounds familiar.
He's one of the guys who created Batman.
Oh gosh. Okay.
This is a detective story pre-Batman by the Batman author.
Wow. Okay. That's cool. That's cool. That's good to know.
The Thurston Hunt mystery here, author Pinajan, is Pretty Face. Thurston Hunt battles a baby-faced killer. That one sounded interesting. So, and then this last one, Pal. I don't know if I'll read that one or not because it looked like there's a nice girl. Sam rides a trail that is baited with death. So that's going to the table of contents. Well, like here's murder by proxy. Now that's pretty bright right there, huh?
That's really bright. Good colors. I like it when it's like that. The yellows and the reds. Makes me think of "Murdered by Numbers" by the Police. That's a good song.
Yeah. And I'll just flash through here just so that you can see the pictures here. I said I decided not to read this one because there's another clock story and funny pages. I'll just read that one.
Sure. Okay. Yeah.
Even though this one I think is more of a complete story. Like I think the ones in funny pages are probably like, look at that action there, huh?
Captain Napkins in full butt kick mode there.
Okay, so here's the Bob Kane story right here. The Batman.
I will admit he is badass, and he does tend to sneak around and beat the crap out of people. So I'm going to give you that. He is a badass. Oh, sorry, language. He's a tough guy.
Yeah, you put your little thing. Oh, now the counter says 0. Man, that counter's screwy tonight.
Does it say 0?
Yeah, on StreamYard it says 0, at least from what I'm seeing. And then on YouTube it said started. And
now it says one
watching now. It's like being screwy.
But see, that's not true because like we're here too, so it's being goofy.
Yeah. A complete story in pictures, the case of the missing heir. Now this one's in black and white. So
okay.
This is by Bob Kane.
Oh, Batman fame.
Yeah, the Batman author. Yeah. So Bob Kane. Here, right here is where his name is. All right, so let's get into this then.
Hey, Mike, you see that real quick? See what he says?
No, not exactly, but I will now. Let's see. Mine says 02.
So we know it's messed up if all three of us, at the very least, are here and it says 0. That's something goofy.
Yeah, well, on StreamYard and stuff, it's saying 1 now, and I do know there's a bit of a delay, so that's why Woody would be seeing it as 0 now, because I know we've noticed it. There's a bit of a delay there, but
yeah.
Anyways, So here we go. The scene is the palatial but somewhat drab mansion of the multimillionaire Dr. J.R. Ferguson, who has for the past 45 years. So if this is 1937, 45 years before that would have been 1892. So since 1892 to 1937. So the past 45 years kept mostly to himself in the seclusion of his mansion retreat. Because of this peculiarity and vast amount of wealth in his possession, he has made many enemies. A silhouette figure peers through the front gate while inside. While inside, see that right there. Now, that language usage right there is pretty crisp. Wouldn't you agree, Batgoat?
Mm-hmm.
Because of this, I'm going to read part of it again, this one paragraph, because it's really kind of caught my because I like how they structured the word usage here, and just really you don't see this as much today when people are using more complicated words like this. Because of this peculiarity, a vast amount of wealth in his possession, he has made many, and the vast amount of wealth in his possession, he has made many enemies. I mean, that's some pretty clear and
That's
crisp
good
language.
writing. Very
Huh?
clear, and yeah, very clear, and messed up, but realistic. It's pragmatic that when people get rich, there's always going to be people that hate them for being rich. That's human nature. So
Well,
that's a
envy
written.
strikes us all. Unfortunately, it's one of the seven deadly sins, after all.
So true. I agree with you.
Look at this. Look at this setup right here. Back out. So I guess the guy is in it. The old guy is in his bed. You got people all surrounding him. So
That's
let,
how
let
like the king. That's how the kings of England used to die. They'd be laying in bed and everyone would be surrounded by him and all that crap.
and that is my will, Peterson. I leave my estate to my nephew John's fiancee. Oh wait, okay. I leave my estate to my nephew, John's fiancee Dorothy. The entire fortune goes to my nephew John, who, upon his return from college, will become heir. Not a cent goes to my relations. And I warn you, Peterson, you have the curse of a dying man should you fail to carry out my will.
Dang, dang, that's some messed up deathbed stuff right there. But
Cursing him as he's about to pass on to the next life.
probably a bad person though. So rock on, old dude.
It may be Peterson, because Peterson, I think, is the lawyer here. I think
Probably
he maybe
corrupt.
yeah, probably corrupt.
Totally. I bet.
It's all over, Miss Dorothy. Actually, it's all over, Miss Dorothy. Oh, sure, I'll carry out his will, but my own way.
Yep, he's a bad guy.
You can give the signal now, Matilda. Rogers is waiting at the gate for news of Ferguson. Matilda, I think, is the maid.
Yeah, yeah.
And back then, you saw that too. You saw a lot more butlers and maids too.
Sure.
The mysterious figure in black receives his signal and hurries to a waiting car.
Mike,
Stop,
I'm gonna go.
stop it. Oh,
I'm gonna refill my soda, so I'll be gone for 1 minute.
all right. Stop at the first phone booth in town, Bill. I've got to get word to the boss. While in another part of town, we look in on the headquarters of a certain unscrupulous gang, the leader, known as the boss. Well, boys, our man just phoned. Dr. Ferguson is dead. Now is our time to act. As Peterson showed us in the doctor's will, a one John Williams, the doctor's favorite nephew, will become heir to the Ferguson fortune by his passing. So look at this bet down here, Batgoat. Those guys look like people you wouldn't want to meet in an alley, huh?
Mm-mm. They have bad guy written all over them.
Let's see now. At this very moment, the young heir John Williams is on his way home from college to proclaim his rights to the fortune. And this is where we intervene with my flawless scheme, boys. I have a surprise for you.
Flawless scheme.
You you can now come in. You can come in now. How do you do, gentlemen?
They look like thugs, and then the guy at the bottom looks like a conniver.
Yeah. What? Why, boss? That's the young Williams heir. I saw his picture in this morning's paper. I'll show it to you. Sure, it's him, all right. He. A dead ringer for him, isn't he? I'm sorry. He. A dead ringer for him, isn't he? But, boss, here, look. Sure, he looks like John Williams. You couldn't tell them apart. If you were their own, you couldn't tell them apart if you were their own father, boys. I want you to meet Slick Ranger, the #1 makeup artist of the country.
Mike, you know
Yeah.
who John Williams is, don't you? Modern day John Williams. I know you're not a Star Wars fan, but you know he's a composer, very famous composer who made Star Wars and Jaws theme, and he's super famous for all the movies.
Yeah, I think I may have heard of him. There are a lot of John Williams out there.
Yeah, but like as far as I'm concerned, and other people who are geeks like us, John Williams is the composer guy who's made Star Wars is so famous.
Okay, now here's the setup. There's a long hill which John Williams will have to drive up in order to reach the mansion. At the top, Slick and a couple of boys wait for him at the bottom of the hill. We blockade the road when he arrives. He'll climb out of the car to clear the road. When we then kidnap him, replacing him with his double, Slick. who masquerades as. Were you about to say something, Batgoat?
No, I'm sorry. I set my soda down hard.
Oh, okay. Who masquerades as the heir and consequently collects the Ferguson fortune. I'm trying to keep the inflections consistent.
That's good. You're doing good. You're doing good. And you know what's funny, Mike? I mean, obviously, we've seen this in so many cartoons and so many, I don't know, an anime, but like, what year is this? 37, right?
Right.
Man, we're so long ago. And that theme of the putting in the imposter to get the money is like so old. And you know what I'm saying?
Oh, you mean the plot line of trying
Uh,
to like murder your way to riches?
and put the imposter, you know, always substitute the imposter, the look-alike, to get
Right.
to inherit the money type of thing.
Right.
Or yeah,
That's a common theme. Yeah, you're right. That is a common theme.
just my
Very.
thought.
Yeah. That is a very common and very, time tried, theme right there.
Yeah, and here we see a brilliant early example of it. So just made me
By
think.
Bob Kane, who would go on to co-create with Bill Finger Batman. So
Hmm. It's like stand-up comedians that don't point out that as cheesy as the humor is, like Take My Wife Please, that vaudeville comedians, without vaudeville comedians, there would be no stand-up comics today, type of thing.
right. Yeah, you make a very good point there, Backo. Meanwhile, the young heir nears the end of his long, tiresome journey home. The strain of the ordeal beginning to show on his stern, pale face. Man, I wish we kind of had a close up of that stern, pale face to see what a stern, pale face looks like. Hey, Backo?
I guess, but imagine he's not happy for whatever reason.
Okay. It is a night when he finally arrives at the bottom of the long, winding hill which leads to the mansion. Well, I'll be. How did those trees get there? And she's just coming out of college, trying to make the inflection sound younger. John John Williams climbs out of the car as shadow figures slink from the bushes. Get that back up? Slink
Hmm.
from the
Yeah,
bushes.
yeah, because they're shady characters.
Interesting phrase right there, huh? And kind of fits with the artwork there too, right?
Yeah, I agree.
Um, Sometime later, the roadster pulls up at the Ferguson residence.
What a beautiful old car. They made some beautiful cars in the 30s.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I'm a
Hey,
car geek too.
I'll be right back. I just gotta go off camera for a quick sec.
No problem. I don't know about you, Woody, but I'm not a wrench turner, but I am a car geek. So I've got a few automotive channels I like watching.
All right, so I'm back now. So as we continue the story here, let's see. Where are we at? Okay, so we got that. John, John, Dorothy. Oh, John, had an awful feeling something had happened to you. Sob, sob. You know how they put that in there? The person doesn't actually say sob, but they'll write out the word sob, I guess, to indicate that they're sobbing.
Yeah, yeah. Instead of like putting it outside of the balloon, the speech balloon, or are you saying just to add it in there, even though she's really not, or she's not saying sob?
Yeah, it's like I guess particularly against a black and white backdrop, there was the only way to indicate that she was sobbing. Maybe
Okay, yeah, yeah, yeah. It's funny.
a few days later. Let's see. Well, well, if it isn't John Williams. Busy now, John? I'd like to run over the will with you. Oh, hello, Peterson. Let's go into the study. Great work, Slick. Nobody suspects a thing. And tomorrow you get the legal rights to the fortune. Oh, yes, the boss wants to see you tonight. I just thought of something too. If this is the imposter who's in this, how come the girl didn't realize it was the imposter?
You know the old storyline. He trained and read up on the person, and it's always some actor. And I
Yeah,
saw a
good
theme.
point. Because how would he have known her name if it was the imposter? Yeah.
Oh yeah, totally studied up. I watched an Outer Limits a while back and that would be what, late '60s, mid to late '60s would be Outer Limits, which was like Twilight Zone but hour long, more spaceman stuff. And they did the same thing. They had like a Chinese guy go through surgery and then study our president, and they put him in and tried to take over the world.
Yeah. Okay, so. Oh, yes, the boss wants to see you tonight. Okay, Peterson. I'll be there. Greetings, Slick. I want to give you your final instructions. Hey, Slick. Hey, what? Why you? Okay, boys. Reach for the ceiling. The first one that moves stops lead.
Stop, sled. What a great thing to say.
Yeah. Of course, the gun control people would be like would be having a fit about now.
Yeah, forget them because they stink. That's a funny line. I love it.
Yeah. Before the police arrive, may I enlighten you, gentlemen? Thanks. First of all, I am not Slick Ranger, your aid in this mix-up, but the real John Williams, heir to my late uncle's fortune. You see, you took too much for granted the night Slick Ranger and a couple of your boys tried to abduct me. You didn't figure on me turning the tables. You see the little auto credit down here, Bob Kane.
Yeah. Yep. And
That's very
our
interesting.
Mr. John Williams there is kind of a tough guy, isn't he? Very nice.
Yeah. Well, yeah, he's got the trench coat, he's got the hat, kind of synonymous with that time
Yeah.
frame, that time period.
Yeah, he's not a snowflake, not a wimp.
Right. We had a terrific encounter, fortunately. I got hold of a gun. I wounded Slick, got the other two to surrender. I turned them over to the police, and with their cooperation, went on home as though nothing had happened. So I guess that's how she recognized it was actually him.
Because it was him.
Right. Knowing that one of your men would contact me and lead me to the head of the gang. The end. Well, that's a pretty interesting story.
Nicely done. Yeah. I think old Slick wasn't so slick in the end there.
Right.
Our buddy John Williams got him good.
Yeah. 49 minutes. So let's see. Let's look at some Blues Club, which I believe this is something where they said.
Go back up. Go back up to the picture. The clue, is that a dead guy? I think that's what they're saying. This is a dead guy. The clues you're supposed to figure out.
I think one of the things I did read on this one was like write your own mystery or something like that. I think what they
because you see the bullet wound. He was playing poker, and he was drinking. Doesn't look like someone
Let's
was there,
see.
but maybe.
Found in victim's pocket, print on window frame. Oh, what I'm guessing here, what this is
He was a safe cracker.
okay. So this is what I'm thinking with this particular feature here. What they probably did is they probably just drew a picture and then put some stuff in here like this, and just basically told the readers, "Hey, you guys want to take a shot at writing your own story?"
Yeah, and then what? Maybe they submit it, you think, or just for fun, or?
Yeah. Well, I don't know if they'll show the submissions actually here, but here's
Yeah, no, I think it's a story. I think they're just trying to lead you on. They're trying to get you thinking, right?
that could be Clues Club.
Yeah,
Theft of
it's
the
pretty cool. I
Colonel's.
like it. I definitely like that.
Here's another black and white story, The Theft of the Colonel's Paper. Looks a little more humorous in nature there. A little more cartoony there. If you look at the artwork there, it looks a little more cartoony.
Yeah, I like that artwork. That's like Jammer Kids and other. It's a style that
Right. That
several
was kind
people
of
use.
popular, and I think Popeye was also like that too in terms of the artwork.
Mm-hmm.
So here's one of the other stories that a Thurston Hunt detective story. Pretty Face.
I gotta plug in my computer. I gotta grab my.
All right. By Arthur Pinajan. So, anonymity's here. Hey, Anon. Let's see. Hey,
Hey,
Anon's here.
yo, Anon. Good to see you, bro.
Hey, good evening. Just got home. Have to put together a coffee table. I'll be listening in. Well, we're going through detective picture stories right now, Anon. So, hopefully you'll enjoy. I know you just missed the first story we read, but hopefully you'll enjoy you'll enjoy the other the rest of the stories that we will be looking at tonight here.
And if you can, try to drop some funnies so you can be in the running for the
Yeah,
Lulz trophy.
it doesn't seem like there's a lot of people here tonight, Batgoat.
Well, Woody's here. Woody's been talking.
Yeah, well, yeah.
I'm
It's
paying
been you,
attention.
me, and yeah. I mean, but like ATC, Leto.
Yeah. They're all playing hooky. Whatever. Speaking of which, real quick, last night it was basically me, you, and toys. And Woody started out in the beginning, I know, and then you were like, "You guys are dead." And by the end of the show, I heard you say, because I'd fallen asleep a little bit, but it was like, "Toys," or you said Woody and Batgoat fell asleep on the couch. I'm like, I'm on the couch. I'm not asleep, but I don't want to get up and type. That's where I was last night.
Yeah, I mean, I figured as much. I mean, I was hoping that maybe because it did seem like lower energy than usual.
Yeah,
So
Woody just admitted. You can see right there. Woody just admitted.
Evening, gentlemen, and then I fell asleep. Yeah, I mean, I figured as much. I was hoping that maybe everybody get some good rest and then be able to come back in here more lively tonight when we went through all these. Hey, Pretty Face by Arthur Pinajan. Pretty Face killer slays banker. Killer releases kidnapped heiress as ransom is paid.
Pretty Face is a dude.
Yeah, I'm guessing. Yeah.
Late and gay.
Well, it wasn't.
I mean, no offense to anyone. I hold no. Just bring it out there. Those just joking, like we're in Nick's chat.
Yeah, but basically, yeah. But as you know, back then, I don't even think the whole any idea of. Well, I don't know. Maybe more in Wonder Woman, but I didn't. at least as far as I know. But then again, I haven't read as many comics back then either. I don't know if they really were trying to put in a whole lot of like, you know, LGBT stuff back then.
I don't think so either. You know what I think, honestly, Mike? I think they're trying to, base it a little bit off real life. So you think of Babyface Nelson. So they're saying Pretty Face Killer. Like that's just my stab at it.
Yeah. Excuse me for a quick moment. Right. I will get to reading this in a sec. Just
no problem. No problem.
Like, sometimes when your hands get dry, they can start to like.
Oh yeah. I used to when I was a paramedic and a Navy corpsman. Well, I didn't wash my hands when I was a Navy corpsman because we were out in the field. You can't when you're on the side of a mountain, you don't get to wash your hands. But I used to wash my hands all the time because I always wore gloves as a paramedic. So I got in the habit of lotioning up after each time I washed my hands, which kept them pretty good. I still have good hands for how long I was in EMS. I'm happy with that.
Yeah. All right. Well, anyways, now that I've put the stuff in here into my hands, let's see. So let's get to this story here. Good gosh, in a week two. Oh yeah. Good gosh, and all in a week too. Something's got to be done. So far, our efforts have been futile. But we must get him. No telling what he'll do next. Chief! He's got her! Doris, my fiancée? She's been kidnapped by the pretty face killer? Look! He pasted his seal on the front door. Ye gods! Doris, in the hands of that maniac! He'll kill her! Steady, Tom. Old boy, steady, Tom, old boy. How did it happen? Tell me everything.
My gosh, he didn't use paste. That's a booger. What a mean guy.
It was this. It was this. Good gosh, it's Doris' father, Gordon Jones, the banker. Any news of Doris, Mr. Jones? Tom, they told me I'd find you here. I just received this note from the killer. He demands $100,000. Let me see that note, Mr. Jones. Here it is. Here it is, Mr. Hunt. Tom, we must pay it immediately. No harm must come to Doris. It says, Mr. Jones, if you want your daughter back unharmed, arrange to have someone drive alone to Smithville, take the North Road, and stop at a large oak tree, 2.5 miles from the station. Have $100,000 in small bills. A man will stop him, give him the money, and ride on. If you tell the police, you'll never see her again. Pretty face. Let's see. I'd like to get my hands on that rat. So would I, Tom. And we will. Tom,
Mike.
What?
Mike, I just ran through an adjuster. $100,000 in 1937 would be equivalent to $1.3 million today.
Okay, can you repeat that one more time? Because just
Can you hear me all right?
yeah, I can hear you. I just
Okay.
want.
I ran it through the adjuster. $100,000 in 1937 is worth $1.3 million today.
Wow.
Yeah, that's so that was heavy bread.
Yeah.
Hey, Leto's here.
Yeah.
Hey,
I just
Leto.
saw that. Fell asleep. Hey, Leto. Hey, Mike, Batgoat, Woody, Anon. Hey, I hope you enjoy the show here, Leto. We're going through some interesting stories tonight.
Mike, you're at the hour mark.
Yeah, okay. I knew I was coming on because when I last looked at it.
You're
So
doing
I'll
all right.
so I'll make this the last one in this story. Then we'll just
Sounds
breeze
good.
through the rest of it. So would I, Tom, and we will. Tom, you're going to take the money yourself, and I'll be with you. The money, oh yeah, the money, the money is ready, Tom, but he must go alone, Mister Hunt. That's what the note says. He will be alone, Mister Jones. Our first consideration is your daughter's safety. Now, here's my plan, etc., etc. Wait, say, I'm so mad now. I could handle that mob alone. If they harm Doris, I'll wipe out the whole gang. This
Solid
is
has
obviously
made
a
the
very young
scene.
man here.
Solid
Very
has
young
made
man.
Mike. Solid has made the scene.
Solid. Hey, solid.
Good to see you tonight, sir.
So let's see. Okay, so and Woody said hi, Leto. Getting ready for work as always, but I'll be listening in while I'm driving. And then Anon, evening Leto, and then Solid, as he said, just made the scene. Hey Leto, I will. Hey Solid, didn't see you there, buddy.
So
So
we got a good group here. Sounds good.
even though the counter is still saying like only two people, we definitely have more than two people now. So
Broken counter.
counters, yeah, stupid counter.
Yes. And if you guys noticed, the Potato Mike 3000 label fell off, so I'm gonna have to do some repairs on that. I'll have that ready next week. Maybe it'll even be a better label.
That night, okay, okay, buddy. Okay, buddy. I got the bag now. Move on as if nothing happened. He he's got the money now. Now to tail him. Put him up, fella. Put him up high, fella. You must think we're dumb, eh? You park your car a little ways down and tails me pal. Who ya gave the swag to, huh? Ya ya think we're not watching? Ya maybe the boss'll pipe the gal for that. We told yous no funny tricks. Now move on up to the house. And this I think is more about like internal conversation because as I always recalled when it's like when the lines are broken in a word bubble like that, it's more like a conversation in the head, right, Batgoat?
Yes, I believe you're correct on that. Instead of the wavy bubbly type thing, I believe that's an older style, which just isn't used anymore. But yes, good call, Mike. Thank you.
Yeah. He he takes me for a ride, Tom. I'll I'll have to get rid of him or they'll harm Doris. Wait, wait. Oh, he's taking me for Tom. I'll have to get rid of him, or they'll harm Doris. Bam! Get up now, Mug. I've got
Flattened him.
I've got some questions I want you to answer. Ah, ow, ow, my head. Where am I? Take that. Take that. Attaboy, Mike. Attaboy, Mike. Just in time. I'm trying to get the impressions. Kind of hard to keep track of all the characters.
You're doing good. You're doing really good. I like the one Pug voice. That was funny. It made me laugh.
Next morning. Come in here. Sister, your boyfriend's come to listen, buddy. I thought we made it clear what you was supposed to do. So you're pretty face. But this isn't my uh oh no deny no, oh ho no, denying it so we won't croak him, eh? He's not so bad looking himself. Of course, nothing like me, but he'll do in a pinch, eh? Ha ha ha. Listen, Mug, if you so much as touch her, I'll. As soon as Mike and Joe get back from town, we're bumping off you two lovebirds and skipping this joint. We'll burn down the whole shack with you two in. I think that's a better way, huh? Pretty face, you're the biggest rat I've ever laid eyes on. You got the money. Now let us go. We'll not say anything to the police. I think I'll go for a glass of water. They're letting her move around. That's interesting. She's supposed to be their captor, right, Batgoat? Did he
She's a silly dame. What do they care?
Oh, you stepped away. I didn't even realize you stepped away. It looks like Solid had some things to say here. Let's see. Evening Solid from Anonymity. Solid is late. Laugh out loud. That Leto Enchanted. I just entered the stream. Have you felt the warm embrace of the Pax Bisonica? Okay. Pax Bisonica from. Now I'm still doing comic voice. And Solid said something to me. It's been 25 years since the passing of Raul Julia and his final performance as M. Bison in the Street Fighter movie. Ah, okay. That Leto Enchanted. It's what Bison called the future empire in the movie. I miss that. Gonna have to rewatch it. Laugh out loud. Quill facts. Solid. R.I.P. Julia. All right, I'll be heading to work, so sorry if I don't say much.
Agreed. R.I.P. Raul Julia. A great talent.
Uh, I'm not going home. I'm getting on that boat going up that river, and I'm kick Bison's ASS so hard that the next Bison wannabe is going to feel it or fell it, but I think he meant feel it. But anyways, now who wants to go home and who wants to go with me? Yeah, um, she's a silly dame. Laugh out loud. 1 point for Batgoat.
Thank you, Woody. Thank you. I said just joking afterwards, but I did say it, so I'll eat that. And I gave you the point for bringing it up. That's funny.
All right. So
That was a good one. Huh?
yeah. So anyways, back to the story here. No, no, you don't, sister. Sister, you used to stay right there, right here, where I could keep my eyes on yous. I'm taking no more chances. Oh, yeah, Roman. No more. Okay. Oh, yeah, Roman around by yourself. I'm a gentleman, so I'll get you that water meself. I'll be back in a minute. Quick, untie these knots. Now, when he brings that water, here's what you do, etc., etc. I've got a hunch. Here's your water, sister. Thanks, handsome. Say, you're cute. Come here. Get away from me, you big lug. Splash!
Nice.
Yo, you'll be, you'll be sorry for that, sister. Stand back, Doris. Good, good heavens! Look, his face. It's coming off. Don't. Just as I thought. Just as I thought. It's a mask. So they call you Pretty Face, huh? We'll see.
Ew.
Ooh, bleed.
He's a freak.
Now, do you see what I look like? My face was burned off in a warehouse fire, and I'm been wearing a lifelike mask. Oh, a good looking, a good looking guy, of a good looking guy, so people wouldn't be afraid of me. Pretty face, ha ha ha. But I'll nobody'll know my secret. I'll kill both of you now. Your boyfriend first. Oh, how horrible! Like he hit him so hard he flipped him over. You see that back out?
I'm not looking. Hang on 1 second.
Well, you got to look at this,
Oh,
man.
wow. Yeah, he clocked him
He
good.
hit him so hard it looked like he just flipped him over. He's just sent him flying.
One punch.
Yeah. I'll oh, what
Go
back
ahead.
up?
Go ahead. Never mind. Go ahead.
I'll get you for that. Look out! He's got a gun. Stop where you are, pretty face. I'm the law. You're coming with me. What? A copper? I should thought that from the start. Me finger is itching. Flatfoot. You won't get away with it, pretty face. The police know where I am. They're due here any minute now. Say your prayers, copper. Here goes. Doris, Chief, are you all right? Tom! Oh, darling! Good boy, Tom. Just in the nick of time. And we got the other two outside. Huh? The end. That's a pretty good story.
Good story.
I hope I did good with the inflections and all that with the voice
Excellent.
work.
Like I said, the thug voices were great.
I'm just gonna, as I said, breeze through the rest of this. Because I know
Cool.
you said we're already past the hour
Yeah,
mark.
115 now. Yeah.
So I do want to read at least some of the stories in funny pages. Uh,
I agree, Woody. That's funny.
and this is a story I was going to read if we had a little more time, pal. Nice looking girl there. A girl and her dog, someone I guess on an adventure. That would have been a good. That might have been a good story to read. But as you were saying, we were like we're kind of getting a little short on time. So,
A little bit.
but thank you for letting me know because then
No
But
problem.
but at least now I know that way. So let's see. Let's get a couple of these chats in. I'm guessing you weren't able to get Tug on. Um, yeah, I'm not sure if he was in here or not. He hasn't said anything. If he is in here, he hasn't said anything. But if not, there's a chance he probably. When I did send him a message hoping that he would show up, but as such, but I hope to get him in here at some point. Because I think he'd really flatfoot. There's an expression you don't hear anymore. No more beat cops. Well, that's true. You don't
True.
hear a lot of people walk the beats anymore.
And what's the other one, Mike? Mike and Woody. The other one I'm thinking of is Gumshoe.
Gumshoe, yeah, that's the one that usually
More
describes
detective.
detectives.
Yeah.
At George
Solid
Floyd's been drug free for almost a full year now.
USOB. That's very funny, very true. But I'm not touching that.
Yeah, we're not getting into too much politics right now. So I won't get to read the new comic
Wow,
story,
so
obviously, um, but like here, here's of course in the anthologies here. So try to get through those a bit here. Funny pages number 10. This is from Centaur again. So over to that. We'll try to read a few of these because they're all like usually about two or three pages. So let me see now. And Mike, you're having a brain fart again.
uh-oh. Hey, while you're doing this, I'm just gonna throw in it just for 30 seconds here. I've got a little Batgoat side mission fun game to play. When he was reading the last story, the what's his name? Pretty Face got his face burned off in a warehouse fire. If you noticed, I started laughing and looked down because I thought of something better, and I hope maybe you guys will play along with me. My one, like, you know how he got his face burned off? In a freak firework accident in Tijuana. Does anyone have a better line than that?
So funny pages number 10 here. Here, 10 cents. April covered April, April Fool, huh? So you're a comic, huh? And then the little boy there with the question marks. Soft soap, more fun than a sideshow. Okay, yeah, I'll take your word for it. There's the ad page, Batgoat.
Here's my pew pews, my spud guns, my cigarette lighter guns, starter guns.
And this is the editor's page. Duck. Clock Strikes by Georgie Brenner. It was made known today that C. Mortimer Smythe, multimillionaire, purchased the famous Faith Diamond for the sum of $3 million and is presenting it as a gift to the public museum at a formal dinner tomorrow evening. On the other side of the city, get that sniffer? That means he gotta work fast tonight. I'm ready.
Mm-hmm. I like that guy.
You know, Gat, I think I'll wear nothing but silk next to me skin after this job. And I'm gonna buy me one of these cars. No more copping them for me, too risky. Sniffer, go up to the servants' quarters and make one of them tell ya where the safe is. We'd be all night looking for it in this dump. Hurry. Okay. Behind the third row of books in the library. You sure you sure you ain't lying? Get up. No, no, I'm not. There is another safe, but I know he keeps the diamond in that one. Oh, okay, sap. Okay, sap. Corpses don't chatter. Take that. Please. Ugh.
What a piece of garbage. That's a bad guy.
Yeah, he kills him even after the deed complies.
Evil.
See. Shake it up, Gat. What's the matter? Shut up. I'm going as fast as I can. In his haste, Gat knocks down a couple of heavy volumes. Ugh. Bang! Uh, that's that's what I get for rushing eyes open. Ain't it a beaut? Come on, let's scram. Oh, bang! Ah! The clock, the clock follow. Clock follow. Let him have it. No, no, you don't put that back. Smarter, smart. Okay, so I guess I read those panels last two a little backwards, and that was it for the clock there. Freddie Bell, he means well.
A couple people got blasted, basically. That was it.
Yeah. Go ahead, Freddie. Take a ride on my horse. That a boy. Freddie, don't be afraid. It ain't good for an amateur. You notice Freddie doesn't really speak. It's all physical humor with him.
Mm-hmm. But he means well.
He, he. He got thrown off the horse off a short cliff. And here's a black and white version of the pic.
Figure about 10 more minutes, Mike.
Okay.
Be like 10 more minutes before you start winding down.
All right. Wow, we're at an hour and 25 already. Ooh. Idea. Oh, holy, holy smoke! The horse is returning without Freddie. And look at that, Batgoat. Look at how Freddie solved the problem there.
He slung himself underneath. Yeah. Nicely done.
And these are kind of like 2 pages, so they should be pretty quick reads.
Woody's killing it tonight.
And I did see there were some more comments there. I'm just trying to get through more of the stuff.
Woody's just racking up points.
The clock comic was alarming. That is a good one there, Woody.
That's great.
Indeed. Barry Frost. Scourge. Natural history. Me and Gene. Finney family. Stone Age. Let's look at our caveman friend here. There goes Percy, the poet, leaving one of his mash notes for Gertrude. And here comes Gertrude for her mail. To think she'd give me the air for that mug. My little rose, my daffodillia.
She's that saucy little number with the necklace bra.
I love you, dear. I wouldn't fool ya. Isn't that sweet? Women are all alike. Waggle. I was going to ask her to the boat ride, but it wouldn't do any good. You know why I'm doing that, right? You know why I'm doing it? Why I'm saying reading it like that?
Like a caveman, yeah.
Yeah, just yeah. Poor Johnny. He's all upset since Gertrude turned him down for that poet guy. He'll catch his death of cold, but he doesn't seem to care. Dispossess sheriff to let rent free. These are more thought bubbles. There's some more. When I am here beside you, my little wild geranium, sweet thoughts of love and romance go tumbling through my cranium. Oh, Percy, you say the cutest things. I, want, I wonder if Percy left me another poem. Look, Mom, a burglar! Come on! We'll give her the works! Oh, dear, Percy says his little Rose turned out to be a stinkweed. Now he won't take me on the boat ride. Oh, she got blasted by the skunks. can't 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 say as I blame him, daughter. No. Oh wait. No. Wooly, Johnny, can't smell your flowers or anything else with that cold in his head. Land sakes, Johnny, how do you know Gertrude won't go to the boat ride if you haven't asked her? Maybe you're right. Maybe you're right, Mother. Gertrude, my love, will you come to the boat ride to Might? Oh, Johnny, you're a darling. Johnny, dear, you're the sweetest boy I know. You can ride back there on the rumple seat, but don't come no closer.
She's stinky. She got those stink lines going up from the skunk.
Tootsie the telephone girl.
You're at 133.
All right. I'll make this the last story, then we'll just breeze through the rest of it and get back in. Yeah. Guess who the guess who the bellboy at the hotel where I'm working, Mother? Dick Lee. Oh wait, I'm sorry. Guess who's the bellboy at the hotel where I'm working, Mother? Dick Lee. I hadn't seen him since I broke our engagement. I'm still worried about that Tootsie. I wish you'd give him back his ring. It isn't fair to keep it.
Of course not. Trifling witch.
Give him back his ring? Gosh, no. Besides, he had more meals here than the ring was worth. My goodness, when I was a girl, such doings were unheard of. We prized our engagement to us. It meant everything that was fine and sincere. Well, anyways, it's fair, Mother, because I might change my mind sometime. That's why I kept it. Oh boy, the old remark, fickle woman, comes to mind. How'd that go?
Mm-hmm. claiming she has the right to decide if the wedding's going to go on or not.
Yeah. It's beyond me. All I can say is it may lead to unpleasant memories. It's a gorgeous diamond, but I can never love Dick. Maybe. Oh,
I know. I heard it. I'm not laughing. That's all you, Mike.
yeah, well, yeah, but it's just funny because, again, just the word usage there, we know what it meant. We know that it was the name of the person. But you hear the phrase "love Dick" today, it takes on a whole nother meaning.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I was laughing. That's word humor right there.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe Mother's right. I'll give it back to him. Besides, the poor boy hasn't much money anyhow. Yes, I must give the ring back. Dick! Hello, Tootsie. Oh boy. You needed hello me so merrily, Dickly. I saw you kissing that girl. Well, gosh, what about it? You broke our engagement yourself, didn't you? Well, I didn't have to mean it, did I? Besides, an engagement should be everything that is fine and feeding her mother there.
That floozy still loves Dick.
Yeah.
What?
I know what you meant, but the word humor, wordplay.
I know I'm playing.
And I'm still wearing the ring you gave me that night. You said you loved me. I know now it wasn't sincere. Sure it was. Sure it was, Tootsie. You're the only girl I ever loved. Honestly? Of course, honey. Well, I guess you're telling the truth. But at first, I thought you liked her better. Okay, miss, you can have him now. Look at him. It looked like his head spinning.
Mm-hmm.
Ring, 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 ring. I read it. So now we're just going to kind of breeze through the rest of this because I know you said the time was getting short.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So I guess I didn't have time to get to 14 tonight, but I still would have loved to read that story to you guys too, because the one I was telling you about earlier, Batgoat. But
Mm-hmm.
we'll probably catch one. Here's Hezzy of the Hills, another hillbilly humor one. Junior
Yeah.
Aviators.
Who's it? Wonder who that was at the top.
What?
I just wonder if Captain Raymond Clark. That's nobody. You know how I've spotted some famous names before.
Good morning, Doc's little big show. Pastime, pals and pastimes.
Rickenbacker. That was the one. I was trying to remember that name. He had some stuff in there.
Bubs and Schnubs. Bubs and Schnubs. You know what a schnub was, right? Batgoat?
Kind of like a schlub or a schmuck or a dork.
Mm-hmm. Sides about town as viewed from Professor Bat's Psychopathic Observatory. B. Dowling assistant April Fool. Okay.
April Fool.
Psychopathic Observatory, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Look at that. Look at that. Doesn't that bring back memories right there, Batgoat?
Yeah, soda fountain, yeah.
Free ice cream and candy. Burn cartooning, lesson 10 shading. Actually, let me go back because I guess this is the different levels of it. Interesting stuff here. Pinky. There's Coco. CC Kid. Tubby. Flags of All Nations by Captain C.W. Scott. 6 different flags in each issue, save for a complete set. Sweden's flag, Mexico, Great Britain, Costa Rica, France, Turkey. And there you go. So that was Funny Pages 10 right there. So that's all the. Yeah, I mean, hey, and just a heads up to Solid and anybody else. If you guys do want to help me get Tug on here, you guys should send them messages letting them know, hey, come check Mike's stream out. That would help too. If you guys want to help out with that, send them a note. Hey, come check out Mike. Come check out some of these comics that Mike is reading on Friday night, or some of the comic history we're looking at. That's pretty cool. That can help too. Get him here. So, anyways, guess we're done with all that then, because as you said, we're at an hour and 42 now, so you're right. Probably good time to start winding down. The clock comic was Go Team!
Got him.
I like the comic with the topless cave woman best. Stone Age there.
You hear me, Winnie? I pointed it out. That's our little cave girl floozy that just uses the necklace for the bra. She's a little floozy. She's yummy.
So Batgoat, let me ask you this, just just as kind of a nice little talking point here. Who do you think? So of the two of the female characters that we saw tonight, Gertrude or Tootsie, which one is the bigger floozy?
Which Gertrude from which one? The clock?
Gertrude from Stone Age, the Stone Age girl. That's Gertrude, and then Tootsie was the telephone girl, the one about the wedding ring and all that.
Okay.
So between those two, who do you think is the biggest floozy? And anybody else can chime in on this too. Which of the two do you think is the bigger floozy of the two? Is it Gertrude the cave girl, or is it Tootsie the telephone girl?
No offense to anyone. I'm speaking.
Yeah, that's all in fun. It's all in
fun, and I'm trying to speak like someone of the 30s. They're both floozies. However, I'm with Woody that Gertrude is our Stone Age girl, right?
Yeah.
She's more of a floozy, but she's yummier. I just like her. She's just a cute little thing running around with just a necklace on. She rules.
Let's see. And then Tootsie was. So what do you think? Tootsie was the bigger floozy of the two. Anyone else want to chime in on theirs?
I think Tootsie was more of a bad woman that you would hurl insults at and say bad words to. I'm not going to. She was mean. She was controlling. She was. Yeah. She was playing the woman card in an evil way.
I don't know if she was as much controlling. She seemed more manipulative.
Yes.
I think that's a better description of her. She was more
Uncaring, all about the
manipulative.
money, all about what's in it for me.
I like Gertrude, and I like the maid. All right. So with that, then,
Yeah, Gertrude, even with her stinky stink lines from getting sprayed by the skunk, she's still a cute one.
yeah.
Maybe a floozy,
I
but
mean, I think if you were to see her walking down the street, I mean, it'd be very hard to resist the impulse to just throw her up over your shoulder and run off with her. But
well, back in
or
caveman days, sure, absolutely.
that would have been totally appropriate in Stone Age. Yeah, not in
Mm-hmm.
this age. Not in this age, of course. That would get you arrested. But
She wouldn't be running around looking like that unless she was on TikTok and there was 300,000 Asian kids under the age of 15 throwing stolen credit card money at her. Oops, was that a political statement? Oh, gosh.
I don't know if it was as much a political statement. It was more of a societal statement.
I'm making fun of society in general.
Right.
And it's true. So it's completely 100% factual statement, so it doesn't matter anyways.
Yeah. So anyways, as you were saying, Batgoat, we're at an hour and 46 now, so I think it would be a good time to start wrapping things up a bit here. If you'll stick with me after we go off the stream here for a few minutes for post game kind of stuff. Yeah. So well, everybody, I thank you for being here tonight, and we're at that point in the show where we're starting to wind down. So it's time for that point. So is everybody ready for this day in each history?
History.
16. Unload. Okay, so is everybody ready for this day in each history? Let's see if anybody responds.
Woody's ready.
Yeah.
Anon's ready for 420. I'll be there shortly.
Going to pack one up. Let's see. Time for neat history. Yep. Neat it up. Okay. Alrighty then. So without any further ado, today is Friday, February the 12th, 2021. So let's take a look back on this day in Nietzsche history. And our first place we're going to go to is the Monday Night Wars back in 2001, as things were winding down in the rivalry between WCW WWE. Well, it was still WWF at that point. I need an electric drill, so I'm done for now. I recob. Okay, so anyways, yeah. Actually, let me pull up the other one. Well, let me pull up the other one first here. But I brought up the WCW one, but let me do the WWE one first. So on this date back in 2001, 20 years ago today, out at the Staples Center in Los Angeles, WWE was hosting its Raw event. The main event saw The Rock defeat Kurt Angle by disqualification to retain the WWF Championship. This was, of course, leading into WrestleMania 17. Test retained the WWF European Championship on the show in a defense against Raven. Right to Censor defeated Chris Jericho in a 4-on-1 handicap match. Devon Dudley defeated Christian in a singles match in a number one contenders match for the WWF World Tag Team titles. And the Hardy Boys would retain their Tag Team Championship via DQ over the team of Just Incredible and X-Pac, also known as X Factor at the time. So That happened on Raw this date 20 years ago. While that was going on Raw, was going on Nitro around that same time, on that same evening there. Saw Diamond Dallas in the main event. Diamond Dallas Page defeat Rick Steiner, who we just wished a happy 60th birthday the other day. Saw Booker T defeat Lex Luger. In the opening match of the night in a WCW Cruiserweight Tag Team Tournament semifinal match, Elix, Skipper, and Kid Romeo defeated the Young Dragons, Kaz Hayashi and Yang. So that was all that was going on there in World Wrestling 20 years ago, Monday Night Wars. So now we'll move on to the next piece of niche history. Let's see. On this date in 2003, which was 18 years ago today, the 100th and final issue of Azrael, Agent of the Bat, went on sale on this date. It was 40 pages for $2.95. Editor Mike Carlin. The story was Full Cycle. Azrael was the guy who they brought in to replace Batman after Bane broke his back in post-crisis.
Okay.
Dennis O'Neil wrote the story with art by Sergio Cariello, lettering by Jack Morelli, color by Rob Rio, and Alex B. Art also did some coloring on it. So the 500th or the 100th and final issue of Azrael, Agent of the Bat went on sale on this date in 2003, 18 years ago. So next, Cenk Unger said he would legalize bestiality, and then there surfaced a video from Turkey showing a sheep giving birth to a lamb with a human-like face. Oh boy. Young hearts be free tonight. Laugh out loud, Solid.
That was never confirmed, by the way. I've seen a few videos on this. So think of it like the National Enquirer, you know, the little bat baby boy being birthed and things like that.
Okay. Now, on this date in the year 2011, 10 years ago today, the anime movie Gekijo Ban Anime Nintama Rantaro Ninjutsu Gakuen Zenin Shudo Nodan from Ajia-do animation work premiered on this date back in 2011, 10 years ago today. And last not least, on this date, 5 years ago today, as soon as I can pull it up, the Simpsons couch gag, the couch gag of the Simpson episode Lisa the Veterinarian is animated by Bill Plimpton. This is the 4th time he receives the honor. So Bill Plimpton, for the 4th time, animated the couch gag for the Simpsons episode Lisa Veterinarian. So that's all that happened on this day in each history. I thank y'all for joining us tonight.
Simpsons tattoo. Since you brought up the Simpsons story.
So according to Solid, in Chenk's case, it would be a sheep, water, buffalo hybrid. Okay. All right. Well, guys.
Garnered another point. He's just finishing strong. Are you guys ready? Are you ready for some results here?
Well, let me make let me say one more thing before you do that go real
Go
quick.
ahead.
All right. Guys, if you guys want to help me get Tug on here, please, please message him and let him know that we really would like to have him, have him on here. So if you guys want to help out with that, more than welcome to do that. So, anyways, Batgoat, go ahead.
All right. So for tonight, boy, I gotta say, we had it was just the three of us. It looked like it was just Mike and Woody and I in the beginning, and Woody came out strong. So, Leto, I didn't see anything from you or Anon either. I gave myself 1 point just because I was able to eat my meal as it got cold and try to cover it up and mute and stuff like that. Yay, me. Solid came in just. Boy, did you come in just slugging it out right at the very end. Nice effort. You came in with 3 points, and Woody won with 4. So congratulations, Woody.
7 points between the two of them. Wow, that's a lot of lulls.
The Lulz trophy goes to Woody this week. So Toys won last week. Tonight it's Woody's. Everyone, way to go, Woody.
All right, guys. Well, that's it for tonight, and I hope to see you all back here on Monday. Hopefully, maybe having a couple days off, everybody get rested up. We'll have maybe a good, lively conversation on Monday. And as I said before, if you guys want to try to help me get Tug here, please message him and let him know that hey, we want to see him. So, anyways, I will see you guys on Monday. Bye.